Wow, what an amazing opening with amazing visuals. I'm really impressed. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're a part of my video village. I'm excited to take a look at something interesting today. It's a video by a band called PATRIARKH, and it was recommended to me because it has some really interesting visuals. So I'm kind of keen to check it out. I'm not familiar with this band at all, but I'm excited and intrigued because I took a quick look and it has some really interesting, like very direct, like Christian imagery. I'm quite fascinated to see what it's all about. So, in case you're new here, my name is Manon the Reeper. I'm a filmmaker. I write and direct and have directed horror films. I also do documentary stuff. Of course, I'm here on YouTube. And I really love metal music specifically, and also like music in general, and music videos have been a lifelong passion of mine. And I take a look and deconstruct them from a filmmaker's perspective. So that's what you're in for. Grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, if that's what you're into, and sit back and relax, and let's watch PATRIARKH's video. Oh, beautiful. Wow, what an amazing opening with amazing visuals. I'm really impressed. It's what an interesting blend of almost church music and this black metal sound. It's quite harrowing almost. Let's take a look at some of these visuals and see what we can find in terms of symbolism and such, and how this was made. Beautiful opening shot. I feel like there's this person lying in what looks like a field. I noticed that everything is very dark, and I kind of like that. I actually just saw the new Nosferatu film yesterday, which does a lot of the same. That film was shot on film, like actual film. And I doubt this was, because usually that requires a big budget. But it does have that very similar sort of European expressionism look to it. So that's very interesting. We're also lingering on all of these shots quite long. So they really have a number of shots, and the editing is very languid. It just sort of... It feels a little bit dreamlike, I would almost say. And I love the look of this. I love the mist in the background. I love how we're only seeing a peak of the sun here in the background, which is just giving that a little bit of pink. And we have the foreground here with these really dark figures. And I thought that their robes looked so oddly modern compared to the rest of it, with like the really bright white letters on it. Really beautiful. Quite unusual. Again, really dark. We could barely make out this guy and the instrument he's playing. And we see a little bit of reflection on these portraits here. I'm not sure what they depict exactly. It looks like saints, maybe. And this is the robe that I was talking about, and I think it looks so modern. It's a really interesting look. Obviously, I cannot read this. Quite beautiful. And then this shot, which is a drone shot, really stunning. I absolutely love this shot as well, especially the colors here. The color grading is really interesting. It's very dark. The blacks and the shadows are so dark we can barely see anything in them anymore, and creates this really haunting space inside this guy's house, even though the surroundings look fairly innocent with the sheets with the flowers on it. And we have this window here which is casting a little bit of light from the background and does give that feeling that the outside is more positive, if that makes sense. So I'm curious to see where the story will go. And then we have this beautiful shot from the background, and then we have this beautiful shot from the back here. Again, very colorful. It's saturated, but still very dark. Very, very lovely. And then we turn to this shot. I mean, the shots are very minimal, but we stay on the shots for a little bit, which is nice. So often in music videos, you see that people have the tendency to really cut as if it's like a Marvel film, where sometimes just staying with a shot can really give you a little bit more of that foreboding feeling and just give you more of that darkness. And I think they did that, for a full effect here. It's really cool. And then this gorgeous shot. Wow. It looks like it's, that's the sun, clearly, but it is incredibly misty. I don't know if they had a smoke machine or a mist machine running like crazy here to get this look, or if it was truly such a incredibly gloomy, misty day, except we still see the sun so brightly. So it's a really beautiful shot. I don't know what this symbolizes specifically with this sheet that this person is holding up, but it's definitely a very effective look and a very effective image. And I love that we're seeing some of these bits of wheat or grass here in the foreground. It's just really beautiful. I love how desaturated everything is except the sun. It almost feels like it's at night, but it isn't. I don't think it is. So what an exceptional shot. Really beautiful. So then we find out that he seems to be praying. And this shot is such a contrast to what we just saw before, which is so desaturated. And then we go to him and everything is very saturated. So I love that contrast. And then we go back into the field, and now the sun has largely gone down. And yeah, we have these figures in the robe and their faces are completely obscured. So that's also really cool. I love to see. And now that I've paused the screen, we can actually take a closer look at some of the imagery here on these robes, and it all seems very dark. There's almost some Jolly Roger type imagery here with the skulls and the bones. Definitely some interesting stuff here. I wonder what some of this symbolism means. It feels like there's some Satanism like stuff going on here. It's very, very cool looking. I love this. Yeah, and this is sort of where we left off. And what I'm noticing now is that actually here the eyes have been crossed out. That's really, really, really creepy. So let's see where this goes. It almost feels a bit like a horror film, really. I mean, it's funny that I just saw Nosferatu, but it does give me a little bit of that vibe, except this is a lot more colorful, for sure. Oh, wow. Oh. Wow, it's really stunning. It's so beautiful. I'm really impressed. It's just absolutely gorgeous visuals and a little unsettling as well. I absolutely love this shot. It is so beautiful, and there's very little movement. I'm actually going frame by frame, and I was like, oh, it's stuck, but it's not. These skulls are really creepy, and I'm curious to what the story is. I feel like maybe the man is grieving. Perhaps and later we saw two of the skulls. The woman was holding two of the skulls. Perhaps they lost their children. I don't know. It's too bad I can't understand the lyrics. And the voice, the woman singer's voice, was so beautiful in addition to everything else that was going on in the music. So I also now notice is that most shots, if not all of them, are played in slow motion. So he here is like moving very slowly and getting up. And again, it takes some time. We're actually looking at him here through the window. I think this was the window that he was sort of sitting in front of before. And he is heading out, and by filming this through the window is actually quite effective because it does feel like he's going to come join us. And he's holding his cross and I'm guessing a Bible or some sort of book there. Then we have this beautiful establishing shot of this field, again this field that is so misty and gloomy, my goodness. So beautiful for this purpose. Like... These types of fields are sort of like my nightmare going through winter in the Netherlands every year for, months on end. But for creating a gloomy video like this, I feel very inspired. Like you have access to this type of weather in the Netherlands a lot. So maybe I should film in that sometime. All jokes aside, then we find... this guy is actually walking down the field, and then he's positioned with these two guys in the robes. Again, the starkness and the minimalism of it is very, very stunning. I love how sort of washed, sort of gray-toned it is, and just these two figures here as sort of sentries is just really powerful. Just absolutely stunning. And it's funny because they're now actually wearing different robes, where before they had the lettering all over their heads as well, and now they're actually wearing these two bits here are the same now. So I don't know why that is, and I wonder if that has a different meaning to the story, but I love that. This is also just a stunning shot. Very beautiful, very, very, very like those German, Russian old films that are so deliberate in how they're shot and how they evoke the emotion, and it's quite something else. Here on this shot where we're moving, really beautiful transition there, because in this one we're moving from an eye level, and I think that was shot with a gimbal. And then we see him here in the field, and we go from the same sort of direction, same speed. But I think this was a drone shot because we're higher. You can really tell how intentional they were about crafting these shots and making sure that the speed and the sort of angle matched. So really beautiful, really, really, really beautiful. And the speed of the movement, the speed of the pan, it's really stunning. Then we cut to him here on the bed, sort of looking at this thing, which is now also actively bleeding. I thought that was a very sort of disconcerting visual. And I suppose that's the tiniest bit of CGI that we're seeing here in this video. Then we cut to this beautiful shot, and we stay on this for quite a bit. And again, it made me feel like maybe he lost his wife. It feels very ghostly, very, very, very ghostly. And I love this shot. It's so beautiful. Same here. For me, I thought he was reading a letter at first, but then it turns out to be a drawing. And I love this over-the-shoulder shot that just reveals what he's looking for, which looks like a temple of some sort, a church maybe. So maybe it is a dream though, because we keep cutting to the bed back and forth. So I don't know. That's also possible. And then we ended on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shot. And here, that's where I saw the two skulls. So I'm just not sure what's going on. And maybe someone knows and wants to explain the deeper story and the messaging of this in the comments below. All right, let's keep watching. Now she was there. Hang on. What was happening here? Because we have a few images that are overlaying each other, because it's not just one. We see someone who's hammering something. We see him, which is what we were seeing him on the bed. And then something is being hammered, and then he is here on the cross, and it looks like he has the needles, the pins in his hand, much like the Jesus on the cross. So I don't know if he is dreaming that he is like a Jesus figure, or if he is supposed to be Jesus in this story, or what this means. It's really beautiful though. I love it also looked like the way that he was being, like the hammering, how that was happening, almost looked like he was being chopped too. So it's, the guy in the bed, or that version of him anyway. See what I mean? Yeah, that's, I think, his hand and the hammering of the nails. Oh. Oh, look at those views. Unbelievably beautiful. Yeah, stunning. Very, very, very beautiful imagery. It's just unreal. I really love this. I also love this moment as well where he was actually sing Hallelujah along with the lyrics. And it was one of the few moments that we've seen that they're actually, interacting with the music, if that makes sense. But absolutely love all this. The lighting here, just stunning. I love this rim light here. And then just ever so slight light on his face. And then, of course, every shot with the skulls is, this could be a painting. I would hang this 100%. It's stunning. Stunning. Really, really, really beautiful. So let's finish watching. And I don't know. I'm feeling really inspired by seeing this. We could film something like this. Oh, there's more. Wow. Well done. Stunning. What a beautiful video. I feel very inspired after having seen this. Maybe the videos after this will tell us more about what the actual story is about. Maybe I'll watch the rest on Twitch sometime, because this looks like I need to dive into it a little bit more to understand the story a bit further. Or feel free to share what you think the story is about in the comments below. I'm really intrigued, and this was so beautifully done. I'm absolutely loving this. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to join us on Discord to talk more about this. And I also have a Patreon where you can find more of my own work, as well as short stories. And I got a lot more interesting stuff coming this year there. I hope you take care. Much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.